Yeah, Mike, made you a nice cup of tea.
Thank you very much, mate.
I think I'll have one myself. Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Me and Mike were at one of our regular jobs, and it's been 3 weeks since we've been here. Normally I'll come every 2 weeks in general. Sometimes I'll come an extra visit a month sometimes if things are growing a bit too quick, but at the moment every 2 weeks has been fine. But the reason we're here a week longer than normal is because I moved the job back next week so I could deal with some ad hoc jobs and some customers that were pressing me. So I don't know if you've sort of fell into this situation. Like the customers you're working for, they don't realise this sometimes, but me moving this job back a week hasn't made me any more money by going to the other job. So it's like robbing Peter to pay Paul. So that's what happens sometimes at this time of year. So now we're coming towards the end of June. I don't want this to happen for the rest of the year. It always happens to me at some point. You get these bottlenecks and that, and this has happened to me without taking any new customers on. This is just the work coming off my customer base. Did you notice it, Mike, this morning? It was a bit longer.
Oh yeah, we've had more grass off it.
Yeah.
Well, I usually have about 3 bags, but at least another bag off it.
Yeah, but the customers here, they're not going to chase us, are they?
No.
So that's amazing. I mean, if it was a residential job, you're more likely to get a call off a customer. But with this, there's one guy that works here. He actually likes the wildflowers and that. So even though the grass was a bit long this morning, it wasn't a problem. So I kind of know that in my mind anyway when I move a job back. But also the job we do after this, I move back as well because it's in the same area and not on this particular run. So I've done the same there. So when I get there, I know it's going to be a bit longer than normal. And also we had some pretty heavy rain showers since we've been as well, but we'll get it all looking tidy again. To show you my setup this morning, as we're doing any sort of trimming, just emptying it straight in the back of the truck. Grass cuttings stay in the bag, and then when I go back to the yard, we put them on the compost heap. Got a set of ladders if we need them. Got a few hand tools there, which I keep on the ladder rack, and that's where I put the spades, and I use that bungee tie down there just to stop them moving about when we're driving. That's something I started doing recently, isn't it, Mike? It was like the idea of the month.
Yeah, stop them clattering about.
Yeah, we don't keep the blower on there, we keep it in the toolbox. And the strimmer, I quite often in between jobs I just leave it hanging on the side, but I have to try to remember not to drive off with it hanging on the side. And Michael gave the toolbox a bit of a tidy yesterday, so we've decided to keep the battery blower and the small battery edge trimmer on that level. We're going to keep the longer equipment on the bottom level. Got the grease there, got that spray there which we put the diesel in, and in between jobs at the start of each morning I'll spray the blades with the diesel. Make sure you do that on a hard surface, but not on a nice patio. I find that way, that diesel you put on it keeps the blades, stops them from getting the dirt building up basically. Keeps them lubricated. So got some selective weed killer there, total weed killer there, some spare weed killer, and a couple of bottles behind there. Got some fertilizer here, fertilizer spreader, bit of grass seed, but I'm not using that much now this time of year, but it's nice to have a bit there. Safety helmets in here, some moss killer up there. It's the front of the truck. That's it for today. So our main tasks today are mowing, but what we tend to do with these visits, especially having the truck I've got and being able to keep plenty of tools with us, we'll do like a section of hedge. So last time we came, me and Michael, we trimmed the side of this hedge here, and today we're gonna shape up these trees here, just to shape up the new growth. So we'll start that after our cup of tea. And also this hawthorn up here, we'll just ball it up a bit. So while Michael was mowing this morning, I trimmed all the edges, and what I did, which is a little tip here really, it's nice to keep this hedge here nicely trimmed. So I trim it, you could trim it 3 or 4 times here. And what I did, I'm not a big fan of trying to mow up all your hedge trimmings. I do like to rake them up in general, but when there's a bit of new growth, you can get away with trimming it. Then when Michael came along later on, he just sucked up the trimmings there, so that worked out quite well. But I wouldn't do that if there's a lot of trimmings, because you end up going backwards and forwards with the mower. You know, it don't take long to rake up a few hedge trimmings. And I also did the front of this before we got onto here as well. That bit of debris right at the back, that's not our section. But also, while we're trimming these trees, we'll blow and we'll sweep the car park. You know, you got to remember, guys, a blower isn't going to get everything off a car park. We do like to back it up, you know, broom it as well. You know, good old-fashioned way. And that's where I blew some debris earlier, knowing that I'm going to trim this tree. So when the debris drops off from this tree, it will land on there and we'll just get it cleared up in one go. I'll do the same here. I'll blow the debris towards them trees, trim them trees, and then let it drop and then clear it up. Good thing about this job, guys, I'm actually on an hourly rate on this job, so I don't feel boxed in. You know, if we come here and we get everything done in 2 hours, that's good. But if we need half a day here, we'll have half a day here. That's the way it works, and they trust us. But what you got to do, if you're doing it hourly rates, make sure it's a good hourly rate, guys. Make sure you get a cup of tea. It's better. So guys, so sort of going towards July now and August, and my intentions are now is just to, you know, just reduce the workload a little bit, keep doing our regular work, be careful what I take on, but the regular jobs should be all getting a bit easier now. You know, the weeds are slowing down, the growth's slowing down, the grass is slowing down, tends to slow down in them months as well, depending on the weather. So I'm hoping July it's just going to be a bit quieter, and then August, I always find if you want a bit of time off and that, August is a good time. And also sometimes in August you can just move your old, like if you've got like a mowing run and the grass isn't growing very fast and you're on a 2-week schedule, but even after 2 weeks it doesn't look like it needs cutting, sometimes you can just move your old schedule back 1 week and create some gaps in your schedule. You know, you could even go on holiday or just catch up on them ad hoc jobs. Only if you need to though, but I do it sometimes in August. I just maybe skip a visit on a job or something just to give myself a break. So that's it, guys. I'm gonna have a cup of tea and say goodbye, Michael.
Bye, Michael.
And I'll see you later, guys. Bye for now.